everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play RimWorld. So in the last video, we dealt with that insane, actually not really all that insane, but it was pretty awesome and intense in my opinion, at least. We dealt with our first ever siege in the game so far, so that was actually a lot of fun. For those who weren't there to experience it, they set up a siege right here and another one right about there, but they only got to really fire with one of them. They did quite a bit of damage to us, mainly just destroying one of the walls in our prisoner room and destroying two of our solar generators, so it could have been a hell of a lot worse, obviously, but it's also one of those things where it's very, the damage that they dealt was very frustrating, mainly because of those solar panels, and those would take a lot to repair. But actually, we fought a good fight, we did pretty well, but then since they had extra numbers and some of their people, most of their people were actually a bit more skilled than ours, we were starting to get a bit overwhelmed until some pals down bottom came by and helped us. So we're actually in a pretty nice place right now, I would say. We actually also dealt with a lot of issues in the last video, mainly regarding people starving to death. We actually lost that tribal prisoner who was in there, but personally, I think, as I mentioned before, I think it was honestly kind of a good thing. That's one less thing that we really have to concern ourselves with. Oh, shoot, we actually lost a lamp in there. I totally did not notice that. I would like us to not have to worry about rebuilding lamps, though, but I'll get that built anyways, because really, obviously, it's one of those things where we're really kind of suffering with power right now, so, and we could actually turn off communications. Let's actually check one thing really quick. We'll have, who is our, I always forget who our freaking warden is. Oh shoot, looks like, was it always Missy? Does Missy have a passion for it? Or the person that we use for the interrogations and stuff? I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's actually let Wolfgang do his thing in here, whatever thing he was going to do. Oh, he's actually working with the plants right now. So Sass is now grabbing food and eating, which is perfectly fine by me because, oh no, okay. Duh, could just right-clicked it. I wanted to grab one of our social people and have them see if there's actually anyone in comms range for us to contact. Because one thing that actually Gamer Girl mentioned in the comments was that the shells are actually pretty much not used at all in this patch. We don't use them for the mortars, like I was worried that we do. So, basically she was informing me that I could 100% go ahead and sell those things, which is freaking awesome, because I think the least that we've ever seen those sell for is 4 silver a piece, and so that is freaking crazy when we've got 148 of those things to go. And we actually are starting to gather a lot of resources, which is a lot of resources in general. We don't have a lot of metal, but we have a lot of other stuff, so we should be a little bit afraid of impending attacks, and we did have a short circuit right here, which is so freaking frustrating. In fact, I don't think we're gonna be able to deal with that metal wall right there. Actually, no, people will be able to hit it from that side, so honestly, the biggest annoyance that would have caused is drain our batteries, and looking at how much power they have right now, I'm not actually even sure if short circuits do drain the batteries anymore. They might have, but in all honesty, if it did, we were practically empty before anyways, and they are refilling very, very quickly, or very, very rapidly, so we don't really need to worry about that at all. So let's go ahead and actually go to structure, and let's actually replace that with a metal wall. I think we're going to want to, but actually the whole kitchen is, the whole kitchen is a wooden wall, so let's keep that wood. We'll probably actually put down wooden flooring when we finish this off as well. And actually, speaking of that kind of thing, and seeing as we do have more than enough wood to be able to spend on things, not there, but we have a lot down there, let's go ahead and actually, start setting up some of our, the dining tables that we had planned here. Actually, this is something that was suggested to me by, how do we want to set these up? Let's put one there. Then that way, yeah, that'll look best. Let's only put down 2 for the time being, but this leaves room for 1 more that we'll put right there, and then that's still, like, a very nice amount of space going around the area. How many people do we have? We have 5 in total, so let's just put down 5 stools. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one loser can sit over there. It's gonna be, like, odd one out. Be like, this will show how either who is the leader or who is like the total dork in our team, because there'll be these guys chilling down here like, yeah, we're all friends, but then that person will be like, oh, I'm all alone, guys. I'm all alone on this side of the table. Actually, in fact, let's make it better and put like way over there. Not to be mean, but I would love to see a situation like that, just because it would kind of make me laugh. Be like, okay, apparently everyone thinks Freya is a total nerd and they don't want to hang out with her. But of course that means Freya's going to be the one who's going to grow independent and make them all look like fools someday. So we do have a food trader chilling now, so let's go ahead and, as soon as we can... Oh, nice. Miss B actually woke up perfectly in time. And let's go ahead and sell all the resources we can. Awesome! They are also buying strawberry plants, or berry plants, which is super good because they're buying that for one more than, everything else. Do they have anything else? Looks like we're just going to be getting a lot of silver from these dudes then, I think. And we are actually going to get a ton of silver from this. Would it be a smart idea to hold on? It might be a smart idea to hold on to some of those because it looks like they're... We can't quite see into our kitchen, but I'm going to do this trade. I want that 750 silver. That's going to put us almost over 1,000. Shouldn't put us over 1,000, I think. There's some of it not in there, but even those I don't think will quite... Actually, whoa! Is that putting us over 7,000? Okay, so that's another 75... I mean, over 1,000. That's gonna make that 80. Those will make it a little over 90. Yeah, I think we might just be over 1,000. I could go ahead and check that by actually expanding this. So let's go ahead and see if my short-term counting is actually correct or if I'm a freaking idiot. That's one rule that I feel everyone should follow. Nice, we got Slag Refinery done. That is cool. Let's go for strong doors next, then we'll get the colored lights. Because I think strong doors are more important. Better to work on defenses than style, you know. Yeah, just over 1,000. Cool, I'm not a freaking idiot. But as I was about to say... Oh, nice, a person's visiting the colony. Really, I feel like a standard rule that everyone should follow when recording is... Don't do math. Don't do math on screen, because you're thinking about way too many stuff when you record, so you're bound to mess up and make yourself look like a complete fool. Luckily, obviously, I'm either not that much of a fool, or I'm lucky. Like, yes! Oh, we got Miss B on the squad! Miss B has returned! Miss B has returned with all of her glory. So let's actually check Miss B's stats. Miss B is also apparently good at the communication stuff, but Miss B is mainly a minor and mainly social. Oh, okay, Miss B must be the one who had the double passion for that then. So let's actually take Sass off of being a warden, because I think Sass only had one of the two. Where are you, Sass? There we go. I mean, Sass only had like a half passion, correct? Yeah, and Sass is only level 6 anyways, and I think Miss B is at least level 6. Yep, level 6, and Miss B should be done with that a hell of a lot faster than Sass would have been, seeing as Miss B has the full passion for it. So then we could do construction, but we'll make construction a 3, make repair a 3. Growing can be 0. She is going to be our second miner, seeing as she also has an incredible passion for that. Art can be a 0. Hauling can be a 3. And then cleaning a 4. Eventually we'll have to get someone who's a cleaning number 1, but, you know, that's okay. We now need we need an additional bed as well. There isn't really a specific room that I would like to put it in. So you know what, for the time being, let's go ahead and put her room in the kitchen. Might as well. I'm too used to frickin' prison architect now, apparently. Whenever I try to click to, like, swap the position of things, I actually hit the R key, which is, the key that it is in Prison Architect, so... So there we go, that's all those builds. Might as well go ahead and build one more, since we have, one more person now. Obviously, the people aren't going to occupy all those seats at once, but might as well go ahead and do that. Did I mention that Cameron Davis was the one who was telling me to do this, or suggesting I do this? Basically, Cameron Davis suggested it because obviously this is going to help the all of our people, because people don't like eating on the floor. It's going to help go be another thing, just like the carpets, that'll help them from their mental rate deteriorating or anything like that. And then also on top of that, if we want to say all the benefits, it also means they're all eating in one room, which is right next to the nutrient paste dispenser. So theoretically, things will move faster now, rather than them going either into a different room or just, like, sitting on the ground somewhere to eat. But let's actually go ahead and see how much wood we have left. We've got so much wood. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't put down a wood flooring in here before, because this is a room that I do want to have a wood flooring, because I think wood floor would look awfully nice in a kitchen kind of setup, you know? So let's put all that down like that, and we have so much wood that we can easily do it within, like, no time flat without really losing anything as well. Let's go ahead and turn that off to save power. We've got trade ship and industrial trader, almost missed them, and a group of mechanoids? Oh, Jesus Christ. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, so these are the Scythers. This is frightening. This is very, very, very frightening. This is thunderbolts and lightning. Very, very frightening levels of scariness. So, I don't know what these guys are gonna do. It looks like they have equipped a charge lance. That sounds like that's gonna be some kind of melee weapon. Can we read this about them? Let's see. Type mechanoid, walk speed 1.45, melee damage 24, meat amount 90. Okay, so they must drop meat then. Minimum food quality none, diet never eats. Holy cow, that sounds scary. They are robots though, so or I presume they're robots since they're freaking mechanoids. But why would mechanoids have meat? Maybe they're like half robot, half human. Like, kind of weird cyborg flesh abominations. Fast, spindly, human-sized combat mechanoids. They usually carry one primary ranged weapon, and their bodies are adorned with multiple knife-like proportions to make them deadly in melee combat. They don't use cover, best handled by concentrated, overwhelming force. Okay, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's see, they move at 1.4 speed. How fast do our people move? Let's go ahead and actually check that. Walk speed 1. Okay, so they're a hell of a lot faster than us, because I imagine higher numbers is actually better. So I did open communications there, and I would like to go ahead and try to deal with that right away. Is Miss B sleeping? Yes, Miss B is sleeping, but we're gonna need everyone to wake up immediately anyway. So let's go ahead, move Miss B in there really fast, because Miss B needs a pistol anyways. Miss B needs a pistol, and I think additional gear, at least that piece of tribal wear. So let's go ahead and get everyone else moving outside. I think we should, to be super careful, turn off a bunch of lights. We'll leave those ones on, but we don't need lights on in this room because we want to make sure all of our power is going to where it actually matters, i.e. our turrets for the time being, especially since it is indeed nighttime, and that's going to cause us some problems in that regard. So then you could go out as well. We don't quite need to turn our turrets on yet, I don't think. You'll go out there. Wolfgang can go out as well. I think Wolfgang is eating, so I apologize for that, buddy. Is he eating? I'm actually not entirely sure. And then Freya, you also need to go out. So this is going to be quite a trial for us, to say the least. Let's see what those guys look like that. They look really weird. They look more like some kind of weird, misshapen animal than machine, at least from that angle, I feel. Like a mix of machine and beast. So that means we're going to have her call those people. Those people. That's my way of saying them. We're going to spend all of our cash because I want all the metal in the world. Too bad we don't have any uranium to actually sell to them. Oh, whoops. 1,300. I mean, 1,034. Awesome. Perfect amount. That's going to give us 517, which is actually going to be very helpful, seeing as we don't have all that much right now. And then Miss B Lady. Go ahead, get out there, equip a pistol. Oh my god, they are so freaking quick. We need to turn these things on right away, and I think we gotta slow down the pace of the game. So, don't start a fire. The one good thing about them starting a fire there, I suppose, is that that's going to separate those two, so hopefully that'll give our people time to take out this one before he could do anything. He's actually already down to 69 health, so he's in a lot of danger. 41, oh, he's firing upon us, but we seem to be okay. Miss B now has that, so she does not need the shirt. But grabbing the tribal wear would be nice. Give her an extra 3% armor, as every tiny bit counts. This guy's starting to move in. I think we've got this mechanoid. Wow, that's actually 1 dead already, and he dropped 25 metal. That's awesome. Okay. At this, obviously, us seeing mechanoids now is going to spell really bad news for us, because that means mechanoids have arrived. Mechanoids are going to become mechanoids are going to be a factor in the game now, and of course, mechanoids are a very fearsome, strong opponent. So that's something that basically what I'm saying is these are the first mechanoids that we've seen. So just like us seeing sieges for the first time, this could spell a whole new series of events for us. That might mean that the next 20 fights we face are all mechanoids, and maybe the mechanoid armies are going to start getting much bigger and stronger in numbers faster than we would initially hope and or imagine. So basically, I have faith that things will turn out well for us. That was actually right there, 50 free metal. So if we're gonna talk about the positives, that's a good positive right there. And then we could, of course, probably put the mechanoids into our slag refinery once we get it later, because I'm pretty sure those guys work in the slag refinery. And they don't give a negative for dead bodies? Does not appear so. Awesome. That is really good for us. We now have so much metal to spend, though, so I think we got to do that pronto. How I would like to handle things at this moment is actually continue to work our way down to our steam geyser. It would also probably be a good idea, though, to spend at least one of that big load of cash on a turret. But the question is, do we want our turret here? Or would it be better served if we put it in here to have some extra defenses in case enemies actually come in through our own base? That is actually a very, very important thing to ask. You know what? We've held out perfectly fine here with only 2 turrets set up. So let's actually start getting our defenses in this area of the map going. So we'll put a turret right there. Of course, later we're going to have at least 4 of them in here to secure that area against enemy raids and attacks and all that. Then let's go ahead and put this. Oh, okay. So we could get the crematorium going and the slag refinery. I think we are going to build both because the slag refinery, yeah, that is freaking expensive. It's going to take a ton to actually power, which is going to be very unfortunate, but it will be totally worth it, I think. So we're going to put a wall right up there, so I think the slag refinery can be stationed at that position, or maybe they'll probably be, like, right next to each other, so let's actually cancel where we put that. We could put the crematorium right there, slag refinery right there. I think that'll be a good setup for those. And then a bed at the bottom. That also leaves room for, like, lamps or anything like that, with 1 space between the wall on both sides. Awesome. Fits in perfectly. So that thing isn't even powered right now, so we've got the crematorium powered and nothing else. We need to work our way to this geothermal generator. I think that actually is a very critical thing for us at this point. So you know what? Let's actually go ahead and get that thing built. That's going to be an additional 300 metal. Right now, it's just going to chill there. Oh, look at all that metal! I totally forgot that we mined that stuff out. That is glorious. That is wonderful for us. So we actually have an incredibly abundant supply of metal right now, which is freaking fantastic. So the geothermal generator is going to be set up right there. I don't think we're going to build all those walls quite yet. That's the bad thing about this. Let's also set up, since we have so much, let's actually also put down some carpets. We'll put down a red carpet in this room, and it needs to occupy that much space with also that bit, since there's going to be the frickin' wall right there. And also, we might as well get the wall built as well. That'll allow us to power everything in that room, so that'll be good. Hopefully, actually, I should... Here, we're going to set Wolfgang to prioritize working on that metal wall right there. Because if they build the crematorium before that back metal wall, then that wall might not be built properly in the end. Same goes for the wall that's in the middle at that crematorium spot over there. Wolfgang, buddy, I need you to actually finish constructing that first, please. That one would be nice as well. Okay, good. So that's at least done. And then we'll also have him work on that middle metal wall. Okay, then Freya can actually finish the construction. Awesome, okay. that means I don't think we'll need to worry about how we set that room up. So we still have 220 metal actually in our inventory planned to be built and all, so that's good for us. Once the crematorium is finished, which won't take very long, because they've actually started putting the metal supply in with it, we'll of course select for that thing to, for that process to actually stop being built. Okay, awesome! People have also already started the whole, setup for the geothermal generator. Question is actually, what do we want to do? Do we want to do a cable line leading down to that thing, or actually do a wall line? Because we're going to want to have all these walls built eventually anyways. Of course, I think cables are going to be yeah, they're only one per cable. But I think these do blow up in the rain. Let's actually see if it says it. No, it doesn't say it. Set of electrical cables for moving power around. Doesn't say specifically about whether or not they explode in the rain. You know what though? We need that power, so let's get it going cheap and have a power line going directly like that to get over to the geothermal generator. Of course, what that does mean right now is that that geothermal generator is not a very stable source of power. Awesome! We got strong doors built. Build machining tables to dismantle dead mechanoids into usable metal. Okay, actually, that's machining then. So let's actually work on that now that we have 2 mechanoid corpses. We'll want to get those corpses out of there just so they're not there, I presume. And it would also make a hell of a lot of sense to... Oh, you know what we should actually do? Let's mark this stockpile zone so we actually can put some corpses, but it will only be mechanoid corpses. That way we, of course, have that way we put them into our base, so we can have them somewhere where we actually can, you know, kind of handle them and deal with them. Geothermal generator is almost finished. The cable lines are working their way across. We are about to have all the power in the world. And in fact, actually, we are gaining a lot of power right now, despite all of our stuff being online. We do have to consider, though, that neither the crematorium is actually functional, or the, nor is the, oh, is it fully connected? Awesome sauce. That is glorious. Absolutely glorious for us right now. How fast? It's still going down? No, it's going up. Okay, so even at night, we are gaining power. Granted, the thunder might be helping with that, but no. And it is actually gaining power quite rapidly once day starts as well, so that's so good for us. We need to keep on moving fast then. How much metal do we have? We have 20 metal actually near our place, and still a lot over there. That is wonderful. We can also continue to mine that portion. So let's continue mining that. With all of that metal, what would we want to do? Those are all 35s. I do have to consider that. So it's not like we have all the metal in the world right now. We just have a ton to be able to spend, and we haven't even started our work on the slag refinery. What I think I would like to do is... what would I like to do? Let's go ahead. This is gonna be a small matter, one that honestly I probably shouldn't really concern myself with too much right now, but one thing we're gonna do is we're actually going to expand green into all those spots. I hate it when the carpet isn't in the doorways, so it looks a little bit awkward. We put blue right there. Do we have blue right there? Apparently not. Blue, and then the rest, put green right there. The rest we'll figure out as time goes on, of course. And we could put red right there. But what do we want to do? What would be the best way to actually handle everything right now? We could get the kitchen going, but I don't think that is a priority right now. I'm scared, to be completely honest. I'm actually kind of scared at this point about what is indeed to come in the future. So let's go ahead and put the lights in this room, because we're gonna need lights in there eventually while we think about what is to come. What I think we should do is I would like to secure our hold on this geothermal generator, and I feel like the only way to secure it would be to have the building surrounding it, like the building that we have planned. So what would probably be a good idea, and this works for us also conserving our power, would be to go ahead and start setting up plans for the power room. So let's go ahead and get that going. That means we're going to sell that wall right there, so we could put a wooden door there in the future. Let's also plan... We're not going to put any doors in this wall until we actually have the rooms closed off over there. So actually, Let's cancel selling that until that area is completely fit. You know what? We're still gonna sell it just because I think that'll speed up the process of actually building all of that. That also means if we want to, which I think we probably should, we could chop down that tree to get that extra wood. We do still have a lot of wood chilling around, so we don't necessarily need to chop down a lot of trees, but I think I would like to chop down a couple. Because basically it's one of those things where I think it's always good for us to have a nice supply of wood going for us, you know? And that's... those actually are pretty okay piles. Especially considering, really, to be completely honest, how much more wood are we going to spend in the future? Because I think I would rather put carpetings down in most rooms rather than wood floorings. Oh god! I did not mean to put that down. Even though wood flooring is very helpful as well, I do prefer carpeting. Oh shoot, okay. Let's actually turn that off for now. That wall is almost completely finished. How much power do we have? Okay, so our batteries are like freaking full at this point, which is amazing to say the least. So I think what we can do is that we could put a bed in here like I was planning. Let's actually put the bed on that side because this whole area of the room is probably going to hold a bunch of slag. And let's actually power that thing up. I think we actually can go ahead and start getting some bills going. So extract metal from slag. We're going to have it set up to do forever because obviously we want all the slag we could get. So I don't know if it takes more power when it's actually got an intake, you know, if people are actually currently using it, but we'll have to, that's something we'll have to see in the future. So now that that bed is built, we could go ahead and sell this one. Are there 2 people living in the same room still? Oh, I would love to give poor Wolfgang a bed that's actually inside, and that's something that will work with wood. So that's something that we'll have to do eventually, but not quite right now. Let's go ahead and put some batteries in here. So right now, let's go ahead and just do like 3 of them, 4 of them. I'm not sure. We'll go with 4 or 3. I don't know. They're pretty costly. 50 per each one. We'll just do 3 for the time being. That'll be the battery room setup. The battery room, we need to have a metal flooring. So, but the whole floor doesn't need to be metal yet. So let's actually just go ahead and kind of surround them with metal. We'll have each side of the room be kind of covered with metal just to save resources for the time being, because there is still a lot that I think we kind of need to spend money on at this point, and we are actually officially starting to kind of run out of our reserves. We could turn that thing off. I can't believe we actually fought some mechanoids. They were a frightening enemy, pretty much because I didn't know what to expect, but we definitely handled them very, very efficiently, I think. Is this considered an ugly environment for Mispy? Oh, thank God it's not, apparently. At least when Mispy was sleeping there, she wasn't considering it an ugly environment. It's gotta be one more battery for us. Let's go ahead and get that door set up, because obviously, why the hell not? Okay, yeah, I thought it was in structure. I don't know how I keep forgetting where all this stuff is. I'm just told ding-dong when it comes to that, apparently. So this room doesn't really need lights because people actually aren't going to live in it, at least not anytime soon, not until we have people to actually occupy that space, of course. Oh shoot, what do we have here? Group from the Orange Rock people. I still love that name. The Orange Rock people are arriving. They are attacking immediately. It is a bunch of tribal people. Let's get all of our dudes indoors. I think we should be able to handle this perfectly fine. Seeing as it is a raider group, though, I do kind of wish that I had built another turret over here, because obviously that would help with our fight. But how many of them are there actually? Ooh, that actually is quite a lot. I think we're capable of beating that, though. We've got defensive position. We've got 2 turrets. They don't. So let's... Sorry, Freya, but you can actually stop doing that job for the time being. Mispy, you can also get on inside. And, Missy can get out there as well. Is Missy a... Okay, Missy is a female. That looks a lot like a male. But who am I to judge? We'll actually let Wolfgang continue eating, though, because that'll be nice for him. I don't want him to be starving anytime soon. And I think he actually can finish that meal and then also get down there in time. So let's see. Yeah, he's gonna make it. If he doesn't eat like a freaking sloth. It took forever to eat that thing. Once those guys get a teeny bit closer, we'll go ahead and start using our improvised turrets to set up everything. Sad thing about this being these guys is that I think all of our dudes actually do have their kind of gear on them, so really we're not going to get all that much of a benefit from these dudes at all after this fight. Hell, actually, if they do well against us, they might really hinder us, of course. So why'd I do F? I want to do ZZ top. So why this? Don't fire, buddies. I don't know why he fired. Maybe I shut him off when he like started ending the other fight. Seeing as they're tribal people, I actually don't think we necessarily need to check their stats, but we might want to do that kind of thing. There is a freaking lot of them. But one of them's almost down, and Wolfgang just took his first hit. In fact, oh god, we keep changing who we're firing upon. You know what? You're gonna fire on him, Lucky. I don't think the turrets need to like change their targets, because they'll just keep on firing on whoever. That person, okay, good. That person's dead. We can capture Mr. White here, but I don't think we want to worry about that, at least not anytime too soon. Let's have Lucky fire upon him. Lucky was probably going to fire upon him anyways, but good to knock him down, especially when it's another person that we have the possibility of recruiting. Miss B is at 45, which I actually think is good enough for Miss B to stay out here still. God, we are taking quite a beating, though, just because they have so many shots coming out at us. Okay, Missy's gonna be okay, though. We won this fight, I'm pretty damn sure. Although, let's check. No, Missy is actually still very healthy. How is Lucky and Sass doing? Yeah, Missy is still the lowest health, I think. Oh, barely over Wolfgang. Wolfgang is just a guy who has a really wide health bar, I think. Okay, so now let's actually watch Wolfgang. They are fleeing! Awesome! Seeing as we still have that one dude to capture, I think... well, let's leave our people firing upon them. See if we get an extra hit. Oh god, Wolfgang, no! Okay, Missy, you can... Or Miss B, you could go ahead and rescue Wolfgang. Maybe I shouldn't have kept firing upon them then. Maybe I should have brought people indoors. But that means Missy now can actually go ahead and capture that dude. Our turrets should stop firing, but just to make sure, let's actually power those things down. And in the meantime, everyone else can be unrecruited. That actually was kind of an irritating thing that just happened. This whole fight, I should have handled it better in regards to Wolfgang. Wolfgang did not need to get incapacitated at all. But the thing that's going to be the most frustrating about it is that I'm actually going to be very afraid of our future now, because if there is a big attack force that comes in before too long, that's going to be very scary, because our people are actually very wounded right now. And they obviously might not be all that prepared for future fights because of it. Lucky our main man, though, he is pretty healthy, so before the next fight happens, I think he should be fully healed up. And everyone is undrafted? Yeah, looks like it, actually. So let's go ahead and select this dude for negotiating. Actually, no, not execute. I almost brought that down to execute. Actually, his loyalty threshold is pretty low, so who knows, maybe we might be able to recruit this dude before too long. We definitely need the crematorium finished, though, and what does it actually take to have people work with that thing? Can Freya do it? Oh, she can. Okay, so what are you gonna do, Freya? Freya's gonna eat right now, so let's actually have Freya finish her meal. Then we're going to actually have her go ahead and work with the slag refinery. I wonder if that's crafting then or something. Where are you getting the slag from, lady? All the way over there. That's a little unnecessary. I thought we had slag in here. Is none of this slag? No, that's slag. That's slag. I wish you would take the one from inside our actual home. But that's one thing that I wanted to do, and I think this is what we're going to end the episode on, because we're just about at that point. We're actually going to select all of this area, and we're going to make this a slag stockpile, so we can actually get a nice little buildup of slag going on in here. We could probably even make like that much space slag as well. So let's go ahead and do this thing. No corpses. Appeal 0. Resources, it wouldn't be that, it would be chunks. Okay, cool. So let's get review and slag chunks For that one right there, we can also go ahead and do slag chunks only as well. And that'll be freaking awesome for us. Cool. So people will start bringing slag into there, and then hopefully they'll actually only use the slag that's in there, rather than going all the way outside this long path to get stuff. Ooh, a slave trader. We actually have 0 silver now, so we actually can't mess with any of that, unless we wanted to sell this tribes person. But seeing as he's our only person that we have right now, I think I would rather try to recruit that person. So we're gonna forget about that, just let them leave, and that'll be perfectly a-okay in my opinion. But yeah, anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, a comment, and or subscribing if you have not. I am the EggScrambledGamer, and I will see you all next time.